Hello everyone and welcome to the tutorial of the IQ trade strategy. In order to use the strategy, you will need to have an account on TradingView. If you don't have one, please click on our site to open one. Now, once you have your TradingView account, it will be better to use the TradingView strategy, our strategy, with the premium subscription of TradingView. Once you have logged into TradingView, you can go here to the indicators and you will go here to invite only scripts where you will find the IQ trade strategy and the IQ trade indicator as well. In this video, I'm going to show you everything around the strategy. Of course, in the page on our site, you will find some notes also, and you are also able to find all of the guides and the notes that you need to use the strategy in our manual. So when you subscribe, you get a link to download the manual. You can read it. You can spend some time. Please invest your time to read the manual so you are in a position to effectively use the strategy. So let's start here. Of course, we're going to get rid of the volume. So we open here the strategy settings. We begin with the inputs. So here you can write anything that you may like. Here, write anything that you may like here as a note in your strategy. You can use it to distinguish between the different strategies. For example, here we would note, we're going to note Ethereum 8-hour strategy. And we can go for long or short. Here I'm writing long. You can take notes and you can keep notes of anything that you may like. So the first feature that we're going to see is the date and time filters. So the first option is to exclude a time period. So if we want to, let's say, for example, make an analysis, for only a specific period of time, we use the exclude filter. For example, if I want to exclude from 2000 to 2021, I can use the exclude filter and all this period will be excluded from my backtesting. Now, if I only want to include a specific period, starting, let's say, for example, for the 1st January of 2021 till today, I can go to today here, 2026, it's May 29, and if I click here, I will only be able to backtest between the 1st of January 2021 and 28th of May 2026. So next is the trading sessions filter. This is very, very helpful for forex traders and for crypto traders. But let's start. This is for forex traders. So you can actually ask for the script to exclude and only trade during specific periods. For example, if I want to trade only on London and New York sessions, then immediately when I select this, if I especially go to the 1 hour time frame, you will see the strategy is loading. And let's go to EUR USD, which is something that can be used very commonly from traders. So here you will see that the trading sessions will be only between these hours, and it will be obvious to you if I select to exclude these sessions. But here it will only trade on London and New York sessions. Now let's move on to the trading days. So if I'm a crypto trader, let's go back to Ethereum on Bybit. And let's say here you see Ethereum on a downtrend, clear downtrend here, starting from 2,388 to almost 2,000. Okay, great downtrend for Ethereum. Here you can read the board. This is a board very helpful for anyone who wants to use a strategy. So let's go back to the settings to take a close look. Here we have the trading day filters. So if I want to use trading day filters, I can click on it and I can select to trade only from Monday to Friday. I don't want to trade crypto during the weekends because there is no volatility, there is no trading volume. So here, if I select it and I want to highlight the no trade zones, you will see immediately that the strategy will load, and here we are, the weekends are excluded. See here, from Saturday to Friday, from Saturday to Sunday, everything is excluded. I don't have any trades during these hours. So this is the use of the trading filter. Now let's move on with the trade setups. So for the trade setups, you can select for directions. Either you can go long only or short only. Let's select long only. The stops and target types, you can go for the regular or the trail ATR or the trading percentage. Most of the traders use regular. Here you can set your take profit and stop loss. You don't need to use these, but if you want to use them, it's for trailing ATR. You are going to use actually the trailing deviation, these three different settings. And for the trailing take profit, you use the trading buffer and trading take profit. You can experiment, of course, anytime you like. So we keep the regular, we set 1.5 and 5, but in the manual you can see the proposed take profit and stop loss. So for the 4 hour, we can go for 4 take profit and 2 stop loss, so a 2-for-1 ratio. Let's move on. If we enable here one bar close, the trade will finish and will close up in the bar that it began. So if our trade opens here, then it will automatically close here at the end of the trading candle. Now, let's go here to our long settings. Everything is described in the manual, but what I want to show you is that if, for example, I'm trying to find a setting on the 8 hour, and I click here on our first option, MACD long one type, then what I can do if I go to the back testing and I don't like the results, see here the result is not bad, but if I want to check out how to improve it, then you can use a multi-time frame feature. See here I can change the time frame. But the recommendation is to use only higher time frames. If you are on the 8 hour time frame, go for the 10 hour to experiment for the 10 hour, 12 hour, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. Go on these higher time frames to experiment. Never go to a lower time frame. This is very important. So here I can click on the 10 hour time frame, and I can check out the different results that I'm going to get. The strategy will load. See here, and I can always go back to the chart. So this is the way you can experiment with almost all the settings here. And let's go to our different option, which is the bullish VVG, which here you can also use a multi-time frame. The trend lines here, if you can select for the trend line, the settings for the trend line, let's go here, for example, the trend line long, then the settings of the trend line is lower in the script. You can scroll down and you can go here the trend lines, so you can set the slope and length of the trend line here. This is for the long trend line, and this is here for the short trend line. So here you only go long, and here you only go short. That's the way to go with the trend lines. So you change them from there. Now, let's move on with the hull, and the hull long here. You can also change the time frame of the hull long. Here is at 40. You can change the chart, but what I strongly suggest is to keep for the hull and the VWAP options, to keep the current time frame and experiment on the length. And this you can do with the help of the indicator I'm going to show you in the next video. So here we cover all the long options. Let's stay with the MACD because I want to show you some things. So here I've set the MACD long, and let's go down. Here we have 4 types of stops for our long trade. So you can select here, and this automatically will see if it makes our trading better. See, we have slightly better results with this one. And you can also experiment to find the best stop for your trading strategy. What you can see is that actually I'm going one direction, so I'm going to use one setting of the script for long, and then one strategy for the short option, because don't mingle your strategies. It doesn't help. So you always have one script, one setting for your long strategy, and one script, one setting for your short strategy. So let's move on. We surpass here. These are the short triggers and the short stops. You can, as I told you, focus on going only long or short. So combine 2 different strategies, even in the same account. Now, if you want to change the MACD settings, you can change here. We have 3 different types of MACD, which you can actually change and see. Everything that has to do with MACD will be immediately affected when you change this. See here it changed. You can also change the length and the type of MACD. I will go with the standard. It's better results. So if you want to change anything that has to do with the Ichimoku, here you can do it in these settings. And also if you want to actually have the Ichimoku cloud visible on the chart. Here you have it. You can actually click here and have Ichimoku plotted on the chart. Now let's move on. Now I can click here. So the trend lines, if you want to display them and you have selected them, you can click here to display the trend lines, and you can change the resistance support colors. So if you want to change anything that has to do with the RSI, here you can experiment here, but I wouldn't change anything of the basic features. Now, next is our smart filter. This is very important. Now, if you want to use a smart filter, you can actually click here, use smart filter long, and you can also experiment on the time frame of the filter. And this filter is also very helpful because it allows trading only in specific zones. So here you see it's a clear downtrend. It's actually, if I click here, use smart filter short, you will see that the short zone is plotted perfectly here. So you can actually take short trades only here. And when you have, the smart filter short, no long trade is getting triggered here if you have a smart filter on. And during a green zone, no short trade can open. Now, if you also select micro zones, that means that if I have, a long trade open and here we have a short trade, this will function as a stop loss. It will not reverse the trade. It will just stop it. Now, you can also use the MACD confirmation filter, meaning that if the MACD is not, aligned according to our settings and our time frame, then the trade will not open. This is a very good filter to secure that you have, 3 or 4 factors that align with your strategy, long strategy. So when a trade occurs, it happens within a zone that has 2 or 3 different factors that are also bullish. And also you can use here, they use zero line MACD filter. It's very strict. You will have very few trades, but very high performance. That is up to you to experiment with. Now, here, if you want to plot the hull as a band, you can select it here. But in general, the style is here. Everything that you want to turn on, trend lines, hull, 3 different type of hulls, actually 3 long, 3 short, so it's actually 6. The VWAP lines also. You can plot the Ichimoku baseline, conversion line, lagging span, leading span A, leading span B. Anything that you want to actually show on the chart, you can select it here. And let's continue with the settings. As I mentioned earlier, everything is in the book, so you have to read our manual. It's offered in 2 languages, English and Greek. So back to our settings on the strategy. So we have gone through all the strategy and the filter, and now we have here the VWAP lines. This is in general for plotting the VWAP lines. No need to use it if you don't want to plot the lines and you don't want confusion in your chart. Now, for the fair value gaps here, you can also select to show the fair value gap or not. Let's go here to the next filter, which is the ADX DMI regime gate. You can click on it, use ADX regime gate. You can change, the settings here, and you can also add the trade direction filter, which is very strict, and you can also change the time frame of the HTF ADX filter. Next one is the OBV CVD divergence. You can use it here as a filter. Use volume divergence mode. And here actually is 2 new triggers. If I click on it, I can click on bullish divergence long. And here you will see that I will have an extra trigger on my strategy here for the bullish divergence long, and vice versa for the short. Now here I have also the Connors RSI mean reversion strategy. So you can also click here, and if you click here and here 21, you also have another strategy that is plotted here. Now next we have this one, which is a very good, the symbol preset auto adaptive. So here, as you can see, let's go to the back test, and you will see the change. So I go again to my strategy. So here what I can do actually is this. I go down again. So what I can select here is for my strategy to be auto-adaptive and adapt according to several parameters, the take profit and stop loss. So what I can do here is I can use the ATR percentile auto-adaptive function. See here, it changes the result, and I can select it here to be adjusted for crypto. Here it will get adjusted for crypto. And next one is crypto altcoins. It will be adjusted for crypto altcoins. So you will see the results change here. See, I have better results. I can change it to forex, forex major, forex minor, stocks, metals, and indices. We will leave it to custom, no preset. Here you can change the window, the percentile window that reads. I have in the manual, we have all the guidelines that you want, so you can change the value here, so it is adjusted. And we can also use ATR anchor to take profit stop loss. If we select it to do so, it will automatically adjust here the strategy. Here you can change the board, so we can make it large. You will see the difference. Just take a look at the screen. So we have a large here board, which is very clear. You don't need it so big, but anyway, you can change it in the mode that you prefer. So let's change again the mode. Let's take it to normal. And that's it. Normal, I think, is better. So let's go now to the alert messages, which is very important. I will also have you I have a lot of information on how to use this on the manual, but also on the site. So here you support 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different types of signals. Direct connection to Binance, I will explain to you how to do it. Direct connection to Bybit, direct connection for free commas bots, as you can see here, and OKX and code boxes. We have actually two types of free commas bots: is the DCA bot and the smart bot. So here is the smart bot and the DCA bot. So if you want to use smart commas, you have the email token that free commas provides, the long bot ID, which is also provided in free commas, the custom message. You have a short bot ID, and you can also put here the trading pair. So if you have a multi-bot, you must input the trading pair. If it's a single bot, a single DCA bot, then you don't need any trading pair. You just input these values here, and you of course select the single bot. If you have a multi-bot, you also have to add the trading pair. Now, as for Bybit, you only have to here input your trading strategy ID and of course the Bybit webhook. Same for Binance, you can use your signal ID and your UID here that Binance provides in the automated trade session, and also the Binance webhook. For OKX, you will need the OKX webhook and of course the OKX signal token, and you can use these values to trade directly on OKX. So you can go here to entry, you can select either market or limit. Your exit should be market or limit same. Here you can type the offset. You don't need any of that. You just need here the investment type will be margin, contract, percentage balance, percentage investment. And you can select here percentage, the 10% of your investment will go to the trade, and vice versa for shorts. So here you can set, for example, I want market entry, and I want percentage of my balance, always use 10% of the balance, 20% of the balance, or 50% of the total investment. And now, as for the code boxes, which is the more important for every one of you that wishes to do forex trading and connect it to MetaTrader 5 through our bridge and through our trade copier. So you can click here on the code boxes, and here you will copy paste the messages that I have in the manual, and also have it on the site. So you can copy paste here the messages. Be sure to put in your secret. To put in your magic number and the trading pair, of course, the take profit and stop loss. Here you can paste the long open message. If you're only trading for long, then you should paste the trade open message here. Then you have a stop long message, which should be pasted here: long reversal, long take profit, and long stop loss. Of course, here when you actually place a take profit and stop loss, MetaTrader locks these values. But if you want your strategy to be really agile and connected to TradingView, you should paste the stop long message here: long reversal, long take profit and long stop loss, and vice versa for short trades. So that's the way to go with the strategy. I hope that I made it really clear for you to have a first idea. Of course, you should go through the manual, read it, and take your time to fine-tune your own strategy, which you can then connect either to free commas or Binance, Bybit, OKX directly, or use our bridge to connect it to MetaTrader 5 and connect it to your favorite broker or funded account firm. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.